YP in the building. I'm excited today because we got a very excited topic, and I'm ready to hear what this young fella got to say about this topic. And we still got our beautiful people in the room. We got Khalifa, we got Miss Pilgrim in the building, we got Miss Kaisha, aka Mom, and then we got Shamadi. Next up, we have the beautiful face Cynthia, and then we have Zane beside me. Today, Zane will be talking about video games. I want to hear what this young fella got to say about video games because I play video games a lot, and I want to know when the first video game came out. I want to know when the first Sega Genesis came out. So I'm gonna give it to Zane.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Zane, also known as Big Z.
Talk that, Mr. Zane. That's good. Talk that.
And today we'll be talking about video games. First, we'll start off with questions.
So, Big Z, how did you become interested in video games?
How did I become interested in video games? So the reason why I became interested in video games was because I never really had anything to do when I was home, besides just be bored all the time and just be on my phone. And then, what's it called? I was bored at home, didn't have nothing to do besides just doing my homework, having nothing to do. I don't know what else to say.
What was the first game you ever played? Do you remember?
I can't remember the first game I ever played.
How long have you been playing?
Since I was very, very young. I don't remember the age I started playing video games.
Why do you find video games so interesting?
Because they help me stay calm. They help me not get upset. They help me not curse anybody out and be distracted.
Do you think there are negative effects of video games? Like, you know how people get crazy because of video games and stuff? Do you think?
Say the question again.
Oh, you want me to say it again? Do you think there are negative effects of video games? You know how it helps you, but do you think it also does something bad to you? Like mental health?
I think video games do something bad to you. Like, as soon as people, like, say you're playing Grand Theft Auto, for example, and you see, like, strippers and you see, like, weapons and stuff like that, then you take it out into the real world and try and do the same thing, too.
Why do you think people still play video games even though it does these things to them?
I think people still play video games because it's fun and entertainment.
But it also has negative sides to it. So why do you think they still do? I mean, what do you think?
I think because
Not gonna hold you. I try not to play as much as I used to because of that right there. What Jamie said. Not only that, I used to take that seriously. Like playing Grand Theft Auto 5, I used to take that seriously because it's like an impact towards life in general. And I feel like that's why a lot of these young men out here doing the things that they do now is because they seen the video games do it, so they thinking it's okay for them to do it out in the real world. But look where they at now.
And also, playing video games like Grand Theft Auto, once you see like gangbangers, bums, crackheads, gangbangers, whatever it is, people try to go out in the real world and act like it when they're not. Think they're tough guys when they're not. Any other questions?
I ain't got no questions, but I'm gonna say this.
Or what are your thoughts?
Like, my first game I ever played was Super Mario Brothers. I ain't gonna lie. That was the first game, and I still got a Sega Genesis to this day. That was one of the best games I ever played, and I won a Pac-Man machine. Not gonna lie, because games like that keep me from making an impact toward my life. Like when I see stuff like that, it make me think like, why do they make games like this with weapons in this? Like, I don't think kids under 18 should be active on them type of games like that. Fortnite, that's cool, but I'm an old guy. Like I got an old spirit. I like stuff from the 90s. I like Donkey Kong. I like Super Mario Brothers. I still like games like that because I'm an old spirit. Like my mom said that you an old man. Like you gonna be in the house playing Pac-Man all day when you get old. You right, and that's me.
my
Like I
favorite.
love Pac-Man. That's and even if I go to like the laundromat or something and I see the little Pac-Man machine, I'm on it. So I'm an old spirit. Like I don't like the new generation now.
The games I like to play nowadays is like NBA 2K, Madden, or any types of sports games because I love playing sports, and plus the game teaches me how to get better at the sport. If you ask me, in my opinion.
A video game I really like is Call of Duty Mobile. I used to like play with my brothers, and I think playing video games is something I really like, and doing it with my siblings like help build memories and like all this stuff. So I think it's also fun to play and like get your mind off certain things.
I ain't gonna lie. Games is like a stress reliever, sit in your room and just play the game and just think about life. That's just like a stress reliever to me. Like I'm like you saying, I play sports here and there, but like I said, I'm a Pac-Man type of guy. If I ever see a Pac-Man machine, I'm running up to it. I don't care wherever we go, I'm running up to it. It could be Walmart. I see a little Pac-Man machine. My mom shopping. I'm over there in the corner, sneaking, trying to see if she'll catch me playing the game when I'm not supposed to. So I feel like video games is definitely a stress reliever or a helper to calm down in any moment.
What do you think about the warnings that some organizations issue regarding, what age a person should use that particular game?
Like the ratings and stuff.
Yeah.
Like for example, I say like mature 17, and E for everyone, and T for teens. What do I think? Sometimes I feel like people who are in that age range shouldn't play those games.
I feel like they should ban. I feel like they should ban games like that, like the rated R games. They should not even sell them. That's just my opinion.
You said rated R games?
Yeah, like rated R, like they should not even sell them in the store. I feel like they should ban it.
I feel like they should still make it because one, they have to make money for themselves, and two, the game is still fun even though it has like downsides to it. It's just at least they give a warning and be like, oh, certain age shouldn't be able to play. So if you see like your age, like people around your age, you're not supposed to play. So don't buy it for your kid. Like how parents still buy it for their kids. So I feel like the parents should be more responsible about all these things, like the warnings and things.
Some of these parents don't care. Some of these parents don't care what they son or daughter do. Not even gonna lie. Like my cousin, one of my cousins from down south, she 13, got pregnant at 12. Her parents did not care about her at all. And as my job as a older cousin, I was trying to tell her that's not the route you should take, but she did it anyway. So I can't really sit there and tell nobody something. Like I told her, I said I'm not gonna tell you nothing that I'm not gonna tell you nothing that's gonna harm you. I'm always gonna tell you something for your own good. So like I tell all my young people, like I'm not gonna tell you nothing I'm not gonna tell you nothing to harm you or to hurt you or make you feel any kind of way. I'm gonna tell you something for your own good and to keep you out the street or motivated or anything like that. Like I always tell my mama, I feel like I should be a therapist, and I feel like that's what I should do. Like as my future job, I feel like that's exactly what I'm gonna get into, therapy, because everybody in this world needs therapy. I don't care how old you is.
What do you think is the most important factor in a game? Like, you know how a game is created? Like, what do you think is the most important thing that's like added to the game to make it a game?
To be honest, I don't even know. I can't answer that.
It's all computer wise. It's all computer wise. Like how to make a game is all they gotta.
Like,
Desi-
how do you think they make it? Like, what's the most important thing they add into to create the game?
The editing it, probably. They add certain stuff to it. I don't know this one because I don't dig deep into like that stuff like that.
You was on the right track with that. You was on the right track. What they do is they edit it at first and then they edit all the stuff in it to make the game seem real or popular.
So, Mr. Bradford, here's a question for you. How do you think, Cynthia was talking about, how do you think video games are edited or created, whatever, however you say?
Well, it's definitely a topic that I've definitely done a lot of research on because I've been playing video games since I was maybe like 8 or 10 years old. And roughly when I was in high school, I would look at a lot of videos on a YouTube channel called IGN, and they would do strictly just video game stuff, and I would see all the walkthroughs. And a lot of times they just show behind the scenes stuff, kind of like people who are dressed in like these suits to mimic characters, and they put that on a computer. They put that on a computer and they replicate it so that way in the game that's the same movements. And depending on the game, if it's like Pac-Man or Super Mario, those are more simplified. You can obviously create that for computer, but this thing games like GTA or God of War or Call of Duty, that stuff requires a special suit that you have these characters, actors portray that as. And just to answer Cynthia's question about what's the most important factor, I would say that depends on the appeal. That's the most important factor. Like games like GTA are something that appeals to our darkest tendencies. So people want to rage out. They want to put all their negative emotions on a game. Call of Duty, people feel stimulated, and they feel like they can mentally focus better when they're constantly doing missions. And Super Mario and Pac-Man appeal to the any generation because it's simple. It's not a game that requires a lot of strategies. You just press buttons. You make sure you avoid the characters, villains, and really that's pretty much what I would say about it. It's just demand, and appeal to demographics that brings people in regards to the game. Sometimes it's story and graphics that appeal, but a lot of times it's just what's the game, what's gonna appeal to my demographic, what's gonna be a story that I like, and pretty much a game that has good graphics and always known for graphics. That's why people gravitate towards games like Call of Duty, Call of War or God of War because of the graphics and story. But for games like Super Mario, those games have obviously the same story, but they like seeing your graphics for those games. So it just depends, but it's mostly demand, from what I've known.
Well, Zane, what a great topic. And as a mother of four, 3 girls and 1 boy, which are all adults now, let me tell you how video games help me and my family. My favorite thing to do is spend time with them. So when I think about video games, I think about the Wii, how we played bowling together, and we had so much fun as a family unit. So as a mother, I appreciate this topic to tell you how it helped me and my family for bonding time. We played bowling. We played boxing against each other. I said, this is the only time you can hit your mother. Was that funny?
Yeah.
That was a laugh. There you go. But we played boxing, whatever the Wii offered. So that is how that helped in video games impacted me. Yep, so I'm piggybacking off what Cynthia said. And I have a 25-year-old son that adores video games. And that is what he does in his private time. So, I learn a lot from him. So that's it. Thank you for your topic. Thank you, YP, for your voices.
You're welcome.
That word. Who we got next week? To be continued. We got our beautiful folks in the building. Next week we will be talking about the American dream. Is it for everybody? I would love to hear that topic because I ain't gonna lie. When I was little, I thought I was half black, half Mexican. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man, I can't wait to hear what this young lady got to say about is the American dream for everybody. So, YP, I'm glad y'all here. I'm glad y'all was be able to sit down, hear our voices will be heard. And we're going to be saying that a lot because that's what the whole wide world need to hear is young folks. They need to hear young people actually talk about things like this because things like this, out in the real world, people want to hear it. People want to sit in their car and turn on their Spotify and listen to YP. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we got a job to do. And that job is to get these young folks out here and make a change. So I'm glad today was a video game day. I love Zay. This my boy. I love him to death. Um, I love all of you guys. You know, I love Miss Pilgrim. Been here for 2 years. I'm glad to be here for that long. And I'm never leaving Miss Pilgrim's side. I'm always gonna be on her side. Shamadi, you as well. I'm never leaving you. Hopefully I can be here when I turn 30. Who knows? Just like my mom right there, man. I call her my mother. She means a lot to me. She's perfect, man. I would love to hear what she got to say about it's the American dream for everybody. Shout out to my crew manager, my co-manager right here. And yeah, y'all will be seeing it on YouTube coming to you soon. And we are out. Bye. See you later.